here that I want to do. So just if you're not on my email list, or if you don't follow me on whatever social media or the internet, then let me know if you need any like info from me. Then I think that I sound like a broken record, like I'm saying the same stuff all the time, and then people are like, wait, you have a retreat? I'm like, yeah. Or like, you do retreats? I'm like, yes, I do retreats. And then, so anyways, just ask me if you ever have any questions. Yeah, this will be deep power, so slow. We'll hold poses a little longer. We're not going to do like the breath to movement flow, just slow, intentional, mindful, and yeah, nice Easter morning power flow. So let's go ahead and get started just in child's pose. So find your way into your variation of child's pose, whatever that looks like for you. Some of you have bolsters, so if you feel like you want to use your bolster for a child's pose, go for it. Sometimes I also like to kind of move around once I get into my child's pose, so it might feel good to kind of swivel your hips side to side, or maybe just rock your head side to side, your forehead side to side against the ground. So if you want to, you can take just a moment to kind of get settled physically. And then once you find your position, just settle into stillness. So allow your body to let go of any engagement. So rather than an active child's pose, rather than actively reaching for a moment, just let your body relax as much as possible. Maybe your forearms are on the ground. And close your eyes and take just these first few moments to allow yourself to really fully arrive here in this space. So feel the ground underneath you. Feel its support, its steadiness. Feel the space around you. So the air on your skin, even just noticing the temperature, the texture. And then even feeling into the energy of this space, the energy of being with people in community. Feel into your own body, so physical sensations that are present. So as you rest in your child's pose, what can you feel inside? What feels good? What feels comfortable? And then what might feel uncomfortable? What might you not enjoy about child's pose? And let that be there too. Start to notice your breath, the rise and fall, the expansion and contraction. Next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can, and then hold at the very top. When you think you are full, see if you can sip in just a little bit more. And then open mouth, sigh, let it go. Ah, good. Do that a couple more times. So great big inhale, fill up. Feel your breath travel all the way down into your low belly, low back, hips, pelvis. When you're ready, big sigh to release, to soften, to let go. Do that one last time. So biggest inhale of your Easter morning. Feel this prana, this life force, fill up every little space inside of you. And then big open mouth sigh. Ah. Good job, you guys. As you're ready, rise up to hands and knees. And as you begin to move through some cat-cows, also begin to cultivate your ujjayi breath. So in and out as you move back and forth. So each inhale, you're lifting your head and your tailbone, spreading your front ribs. Each exhale, you're rounding, curling in, hollowing out. Your breath now is moving through the back of your throat, coming all the way down from your diaphragm. Lips gently sealed. And see if you can really start to hear your breath as it moves through you. So not just feel it, but also hear it. That sound like an ocean wave or a gentle whisper noise. And then if you're still in cat-cows or still working with those cat-cows, feel free to get a little more intuitive. Feel free to start to circle your hips or maybe just move them back and forth. It might even feel nice to come all the way forward towards a cobra or an up dog position. Maybe you want to sit all the way back into your child's pose again. Maybe you want to sit back into a hero's pose, a kneeling position, and stretch your arms to the sky so you can get as creative, as intuitive as you would like. Invitation to close your eyes and allow yourself to drop deeper into your body. So rather than thinking your way through, it's kind of like this flip, we switch. We're getting out of our mind. We're getting into our body. Now we're working with our felt senses from the inside out. Yeah, slow, steady breaths. And then no rush, my friends, but whenever you are ready, just find your way back to a downward facing dog. Nice work. And then do the same thing in your down dog. Just keep exploring. So whatever feels good, pedal out your heels, shift your hips from side to side, maybe shake your head, yes or no. You can windshield wiper even your heels from side to side. So roll onto the inner edge of one foot, outer edge of the other. Switch it up. If you want, you can even stretch one leg up long and then the other. So whatever calls to you, whatever would feel good in your body this morning. And then great big breaths. So use your inhales to create a sense of lightness, a sense of buoyancy from the inside. Use your exhales to connect you to your intrinsic strength. So at the bottom of each exhale, see if you can find that navel to spine connection. Really feel that connection to center. Use it to hold you. So like I always talk about, if you guys come to my classes often, imagine you've got a rope that's attached to your belly button, and it's literally pulling up towards the ceiling and tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. So rather than feeling like all of your weight is moving down into your hands, feel like there's energy moving up from your fingertips, through your arms, through your side bodies, all the way up into your core, your center. Take one more big inhale into your down dog. And then exhale, look to the top of your yoga mat, however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you have arrived, be here for just a moment. You can take ragdoll if you'd like, grab opposite elbows. You can bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers at the base of your skull, give the back of your neck some traction perhaps. Maybe a little sway, maybe a little bob. So imagine still that rope is attached to your belly button. It's pulling straight up. So rather than rocking back into your heels, keep your weight just slightly forward, and then see if you can lift your sit bones a little higher as you reach the crown of your head, a little closer to the ground. If you're swaying or bobbing, imagine yourself hanging from that rope almost like a rag doll. So just let your upper body move kind of freely. Let your head be very heavy, neck relaxed, face soft. Take one more round. Good job, everybody. Next time you inhale, find a halfway lift position. So spine nice and long, get all the rounding out of your back. Exhale, let it go, fold. Do that one more time, halfway lift as you inhale. So crown reaches forward, very tops of your thighs press back. Exhale, fold and bow. Now this time, roll slowly. So let your arms and your head hang heavy the entire way up. At the very, very top, your head stacks. And then once your head stacks, take some rolls with your shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Eventually, your shoulders roll back and down, palms open, receptive. Stand tall, stand well, stand with awareness. So root down through your feet. Feel that connection to the ground. Sometimes I even like to visualize growing roots out of the soles of my feet. And then from there, draw up through the crown of your head. So root down and stand even taller. Close your eyes and feel from the inside what it feels like to stand here with complete awareness. If you have your own personal intention that you would like to bring into your own practice today, give yourself just a moment to focus in on that. So maybe visualizing it or embodying it, might be a word, a phrase, or even a person, place, a feeling. Only has to make sense to you. Next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can. Imagine you can breathe your intention into all the little spaces inside of you. Fill up with it. Hold, let it circulate around. And then big open mouth sigh, send it out into the universe. Ha. Good. Ujjayi breath, arms reach up. Exhale, slow swan dive down. So stick your butt out behind you, reach your heart forward, then fold in. Good. Inhale, halfway lift position. So nice and long. Feel into that. Good. Exhale, fold. From the press of your feet, lead with your heart all the way to stand. So reverse swan dive this time. Inhale, stretch your arms up, maybe gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathing one more time, just like that. Inhale, high mountain. Slow dive down. See if you can take the entire length of your exhale to lower. Beautiful, my friends. As you inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold, release. Good. From the press of your feet, heart leads. Take it all the way up. Stretch your arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right. Inhale, take your arms up. And then this time, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Take a moment here to make sure you're not locking out your elbows, to make sure your shoulders are rolling down and back rather than rolling forward. And then if you can, begin to work your pose by reaching your hands back away from your body. Again, try not to lock out your elbows. Option to add a little back bend here. So lift your heart up, gaze up, knuckles towards the ground, heart towards the sky. Hug in with your inner thighs, press your hips gently forward. Take one more big inhalation. Good. Keep your hands clasped. Hinge at your hips. Exhale all the way down. Forward fold. See if you can keep your clasp. Inhale to a halfway lift. So use the strength in your back body to lengthen. Feel that. Nice, Caleb. Exhale, fold. Let it go. Hold here. Fingers interlaced. A couple more rounds. Relax your neck. Let your head be heavy. If it feels better, bend your knees more or take your feet out a little bit wider. Maybe your head shakes, yes, no. See if you can lift your knuckles higher, lift your sit bones higher. One more in breath. Nice work. Exhale, hands to your low back, then release your clasp. So you can let your hands hang down, your arms hang down, give them a little shake out. As you are ready, plant your hands, step your feet back, plank pose. So pause here for just a moment, really finding your strength. Spread your fingers, push the ground away. So make sure you're not just sinking into your elbows and your wrists, you're using your muscles. See if you can start to rock little tiny baby rocks forward and back. Yeah, just like you're sawing through wood with your body, nothing changes in your position. Good. Next time you inhale, find that little rock forward. So on your tippy toes or knees come down to modify. Exhale, lower just halfway and hold. Strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, press back up, high plank. Good, one more time like that. Little rock forward, lower halfway. Try not to let your shoulders roll forward. Inhale, push back up. Nice work, friends. Slow as you can go all the way to your belly. Beautiful. Back bend of your choice today. So baby cobra, Spider-Man cobra, up dog, sphinx, wherever you'd like to go. Give yourself a couple breaths or so to just feel into that opening of your front body. And then downward facing dog when you are ready. Move through your transitions with awareness. So this practice, it's awesome that we get all these physical benefits from it. But those, to me, are just kind of the side effects. So why we are here, why we step onto our mats, is to learn how to be with ourselves, how to stay present when we're uncomfortable, when we're challenged, when we're bored. Back in your down dog, you guys, you've got about 5 breaths. So can you stay here, notice, feel, observe, make your down dog the most interesting thing in your life right now. So what is there to notice? What can you adjust to be more efficient in your body? You don't have to be perfect, but keep exploring, keep being curious. Feel your breath as it moves through you. Make it even bigger, even more expansive. See if you can hear it. Yes, beautiful poses, everybody. So staying with yourself, staying here, coming back when you notice you've gone somewhere else. That is meditation. Take one more big inhale into your down dog. Exhale, look to the top of your mat, step or float, forward fold. Once you have arrived, find your halfway lift. So lengthen, stick your butt out, reach your crown forward. Exhale, fold. So crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky, navel to spine. Now from the press of your feet, lead with your heart, take it all the way up. Arms reach, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, inhale, take your arms up. Just like we did before, hands behind your back, interlace. So take a moment, roll your shoulders back, shoulder blades hug your spine, maybe even press your palms together. See if you can start to reach your hands back without locking out your elbows. This time we're gonna sit into a chair pose. So I think chair pose with hands behind your back is one of the most awkward feelings. See if you can just be with that. So weight in your heels, try to keep your heart lifted. So rather than looking down, I know it feels awkward, but lift your heart up, shoulders back. Now draw your navel towards your spine. See if you can sit just a tiny bit lower. Now, see if you can rock forward. If you need to let go of your hands, that's okay. Rock forward into your tiptoes. Hover your heels, balancing on your tiptoes. Bend your knees a little bit more. Yes, good. Take one more round of breath. End of your exhale, heels down, forward fold. You can release your clasp however you'd like. Just gently let it go. Halfway lift position on an inhale. And then exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, move through your vinyasa however you would like. So you can add a couple push-ups if you want. You can skip it completely if you'd rather. Downward facing dog is our destination. Find your way back mindfully. Maybe feel into your intention. Is there a way you can embody it as you move? Really good breathing, everybody. All right, next inhale, take your right leg to the sky. So for this one, keep your hips square, even if that means your right leg can't go very high. Make your right leg strong and powerful. So imagine you're pressing up and back with your right foot, and then at the same time, you're pressing forward and down through your fingertips, lifting from your center. That invisible rope is still pulling up on your belly button, tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. Take one more big inhale, fill up, maybe even spread your toes. As you exhale, right knee to your nose. So scoop out your belly, hollow out. Stay here, breathe in, see if you can lift higher through your waistline, curl in even more. And then exhale, step forward, low lunge. Good job. Take a moment, you guys, and just on your own, kind of feel around in your legs. So stretch for a moment, whatever feels good. Back knee can come down, front hip can open. So you're just feeling around. How do my legs feel this morning? How do my hips feel? My hamstrings, my knees, my ankles, my toes. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, just your own exploration. What's going on inside of you, your lower body. Give yourself about 2 or 3 more rounds, and then rise up to a crescent lunge. No hurry. So in crescent lunge, front knee over front ankle, high on the ball of your back foot. Rather than sinking low and going for all flexibility, find the balance. So pull front hip back, back hip forward. Find the balance of stability with mobility. Yeah, good. Lift your heart, tone through your low abdominals, nice Holly. Soften through your face. So notice, are you clenching your jaw? Are you tightening up through your forehead or your eyebrows? See if you can relax just a little bit more. Nice poses, everybody. Take one more big inhale here. Then as you exhale, hands behind your back. You're gonna love me by the end of class. Interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back and down, squeeze shoulder blades towards your spine. Start to reach your hands back if you can. This may be right where you stay, totally fine. Otherwise, start to lean forward. So it's like you're leading with your head, the crown of your head. See if you can float your back foot off the ground, keeping your fingers interlaced if possible. That's too much. You can let go of the arms. Yes. Awesome. Be strong with your back leg, like you're trying to stomp it on the back wall. Focus with your gaze, slow and steady with your breath. Hips are square. Bend your standing leg if it's helpful. Take one more round. You guys are looking awesome. End of your exhale, let's come back to crescent. So land softly, left toes to the back of your mat. Release your clasp gently, reach your arms back up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground. And then we'll take a pyramid stance. So step your back foot forward about a foot or so. I like my feet on 2 train tracks, all 10 toes face forward. Some people prefer a balance beam with their back foot at an angle. So whatever feels best in your body, find a halfway lift position. So as you move into a halfway lift, really focus on pulling your right butt cheek back. So as far as it will go towards the back of the room, like you're trying to stick it out behind you, crown of your head forward. So lengthen, then keep reaching your right butt cheek back. When you're ready, work into a fold, forehead towards your shin, nose towards your knee, navel towards your spine. So belly button in and up to work your fold a little bit deeper. Lift your right butt cheek up towards the ceiling like that rope is now attached to your right butt cheek and it's pulling up. Good job, you guys. Use your breath. Big, spacious inhales that create more space. And then long, strong exhales that allow you to move into that space. See if you can find your throat lock, Jalandhara Bandha. So feel really and hear really as your breath moves through your throat. Take 2 more rounds. Awesome work. Good job. End of your next exhale, fingertips on the ground if they're not already there. So bend your front knee if needed. And then float your back leg to the sky, standing splits. So left leg lifts super high. I do not care if you want to open your hips or keep them squared off. It's up to you. But make sure you're not sinking into your outer right hip. So your right inner thigh hugs in, your left leg lifts up, and there's energy running all the way up into your left tip toes. If you want to, you can wrap your right arm behind your right leg for a little balance challenge. Good job, everybody. Take just about 2 more rounds. Let your face be soft. Navel to spine connection at the end of each exhale. One last inhalation. Lift your left leg high. Beautiful, nice Makai. Step your left foot down next to right, forward fold. You can give your right leg a little shake out for a moment if it needs it. Inhale, halfway lift position. So realign. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet, take it all the way to stand. Arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. This time we're just going to get into our side body. So inhale, reach up, and then grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Left palm faces towards the right side of the room. Up and over to the right, hips to the left. So big side body stretch. Bring most of the weight into your left foot. And then reach your hips over towards the window. So it's like you're going for a crescent moon. Nice fills. Breathe into your left rib cage, left waistline. Take 1 more round. Gently tug with your right arm. Inhale back to center. Realign and switch your grip. So grab your right wrist, right palm faces towards the windows. Up and over as you're ready. So again, like a crescent moon, it's not just coming from your upper body. It's starting in your lower body from your hips and then continuing up. Breathe into your right rib cage, the space in between your ribs. Nice, Lainey. And then breathe into your waistline. Keep your right shoulder plugged in. So you're pulling your right shoulder back and down into the socket. But with your left arm, you're gently pulling 1 more round. Exhale all the way to empty. Inhale back to center. Just a little baby back bend this time. Cactus your arms, bottom tips of shoulder blades. Squeeze open your heart. Inhale, re-extend. Slow swan dive takes you all the way down, forward fold. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, plank pose. So step back, pause here. Vashisthasana on your right hand. So roll onto either the baby toe edge of your right foot, or if you want to come down to your right forearm, if you're taking care of your wrist, or if you want to bring your right knee down, all options are wonderful. Just find your own variation. If your bottom knee is lifted, lift your hips really high. So think of that crescent moon shape again. Left arm reaches forward towards me, towards the front wall. Yeah. And then lengthen through your left side even more. Maybe float your left leg up. Beautiful, friends. One more huge breath. Lengthen out. Slowly, slowly, slowly come through center and switch to the other side. So nice and easy. Left hand is your base now. Good. Your variation. You're welcome to modify whatever that means, whatever that looks like in your body today. If your bottom knee is not on the ground, then lift your hips high. Use your obliques. Maybe right arm reaches forward. Maybe right leg floats up. Now notice, are you clenching your jaw? Are you squinting your eyes, tightening your forehead? Soften around the pose. One last round. Beautiful, my friends. End of your exhale, plank or modified plank. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, lower down. Stay on your belly for a baby cobra. So using just the strength in your back body. And then see if you can float your hands off the ground. So you're using just back muscles to lift right now. Float your hands up, reach your hands back. Nice, Jen, good Mary. And then float your feet up, reach your toes back. Hug in with your inner thighs. So rather than widening your legs, hug in. Beautiful. Use your back strength to lift. Take one more big inhale. Breathe all the way down into your belly. Back of your neck is long. Amazing, you guys look so good. Exhale, release, let it go. However you want to get there in your next couple breaths or so, downward facing dog. So you can hang out on your belly for a moment, maybe windshield wiper your shins. You can take some cat-cow, child's pose. Reconnect to your ujjayi. Make sure it's still there, still big, spacious, powerful. Good. Once you're back in down dog, really reconnect to your ujjayi. So slow, steady, powerful. The coolest thing about the breath that I think, our bodies, so during this practice, our bodies get so tired, but our breath, every single time we breathe, it's like it's brand new. So it's like your second wind, your third wind, your fourth wind, it's powering you from the inside. So use it. From your down dog, next inhale, left leg to the sky. So hips square for this one. Feel into square hips so you know what they feel like. Start to create that muscle memory. I don't care how high your leg is going, but I do care that there's strength and power in your leg. Nice, Katie. So press up with your left foot, press down through your fingertips. Good, Eliza. And then lift from your center, that connection to center. Feel it. Beautiful, my friends. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, use your core, left knee to your nose. So scoop out your belly. Stay here, breathe in and push the ground away. You should be on your back, tippy toes. Exhale, step your left foot forward, low lunge. Take a moment to just move your legs however you want to on this side. So same thing you did on the other side or something totally different. I do not care. Just in this moment, exploring your legs. Notice what feels good and also notice what feels tight, what feels uncomfortable. Notice perhaps your own personal imbalances. So do you tend to, for example, I tend to always rotate my front foot out, my toes out when I go into, just noticing your own little patterns, where you overcompensate, where your imbalances are. And then crescent lunge when you're ready. So do you tend to rock onto the outer edge of your foot? Do you tend to turn your back hip out a little bit? So just feeling into it from the inside, finding your optimal alignment. Remember that balance, effort, ease, mobility, stability. So not just going for the deepest stretch here, but also finding a strong foundation, finding that connection to center. Good, everyone. Breathe, slow, steady breath. Beautiful poses. Take one more inhale, reaching up high. As you exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. This time, switch them to one finger over just for fun. So it feels a little bit awkward. Roll your shoulders back and down. If you can, start to reach your hands back. And then you can stay here and just work from here if you want. Otherwise, lean forward, leading with the crown of your head. Back foot floats off the ground whenever you're ready for that warrior 3 variation. It might be very helpful to keep a bend in your standing leg. Try to keep your hips square. Nice, Chris. Fingers interlace and feel the strength in your back body. So back muscles are hugging around your spine. One more round. Very good, everybody. Come back to Crescent Lunge slowly and softly. That's so hard to do. Good job. Arms to the sky. Inhale, maybe a little gaze up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Pyramid stance. So step your right foot forward a bit. Set up your legs the way you like them. Again, 2 train tracks, all 10 toes face forward, or a tightrope, back foot at a little angle. Halfway lift position. Pause here and work the length from the top of your head back to your left butt cheek. So pull your left hip back, right hip forward. Really imagine you're trying to stick your left butt cheek out behind you. Keep that. Whenever you're ready on an exhale, start to work your fold. So forehead toward shin, nose toward knee, navel toward spine. The very, very, very top of your left thigh, right where your leg meets your upper body, that's where you want to work on pressing back. And then lift through your left sit bone like that rope is pulling up on your left butt cheek. Every exhale, navel to spine connection, that's an invitation to dive deeper, to fold further. Creating more space on the inside with each breath. Last couple rounds, use them. So rather than just being here, tuning out, waiting for the next pose to come, be in the pose, get all the juice out of it. Use your breath. Very nice. End of your exhale, fingertips on the ground. So if you need to, bend your front knee and then crawling forward just a little bit, float your back leg up, standing splits. So keep working, forehead toward shin, nose toward knee. Now right leg lifts high. And I don't care if you want to open your hip or keep them square. Just as long as you don't sink into your left hip, hug in with your left inner thigh. Good. You can play a little bit. You can explore a little bit if you want to. Maybe left arm behind left leg. Handstand hops if you feel comfortable in the middle of the room. Last couple of rounds. Soften your face. So notice, where are you tensing up that you don't need to be? Where are you resisting? Nice, Bailey. One last big inhale. Good work. Exhale. Set your right foot down. Forward fold. Top of your yoga mat. And give your left leg a little shake out if you want. Halfway lift position, breathe in. Exhale, fold, bow. Root through your feet, take it all the way to stand. Arms to the sky, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's move, breath to movement just for a moment. Inhale, reach up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Exhale, side body stretch to the right, hips to the left. All the way to empty with your breath. Back to center. Inhale. Switch your grip. Other side. Up and over. Exhale. All the way to emptiness. Inhale. Back up. Baby back bend. Cactus your arms. Bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze. So make it come from your mid and your upper back, not so much your lower. Inhale. Re-extend. Realign. And then follow your breath all the way down, stretching out your spine, forward fold. Spinal extension with your inhalation, find length. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose. Pause here again. This time, everybody come down to your forearms for a forearm plank. So elbows under shoulders, forearms parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide, and especially press into thumbs and index. If you want to modify, you can interlace your fingers instead. All right, so holding here, breathing deeply, stay here, or option to roll onto your right forearm and the outer edge of your right foot, left arm to the sky, forearm side plank. Lift your hips really high. So rather than sinking into your shoulder, use your right side obliques. Maybe left arm towards me. Again, working that side body stretch, that crescent moon shape. Take one more breath. Your fullest expression, maybe left leg floats. If you fall over, you get extra credit because that means you're trying really hard. End of your exhale, come through center and switch sides. This is the last side plank you'll have to do in class, I promise. So give it everything you've got. Nice job. Lift your hips. Maybe right arm reaches forward. Maybe right leg floats up. Good. Awesome, Sarah. Feel the strength in your left side abdominals, those oblique muscles. That's what you want to use to hold you. Soften around it. Soften your face. Last round. Good, Amy. Good, Aliza. And then come back to forearm plank. Now, stay with me just a little longer. Walk your toes towards your elbows. Dolphin pose, 5 breaths. So try not to let your elbows drift apart as you walk your toes in. Imagine that rope, it's pulling up on your belly button. It's pulling straight up towards the ceiling. You can stay where you're at, or if you want to, you can play with lifting one leg and then the other. You can even play with forearm stand hops if that's in your practice. Doesn't mean you have to get into a forearm stand, just means you're playing, you're exploring. Wherever you are at your pose, good Jane, make sure your breath is there, big and spacious. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. If you're holding in regular dolphin, relax your neck. Take 2 more rounds. Ah. Good job, everybody. After your 2 rounds, bring both feet to the ground, bring your knees to the ground, either child's pose, so right back where we started, or if you'd rather, hero's pose. Just take a moment, reconnect to you. Reconnect to your breath, your body, your intention. Reconnect to right here, right now. So noticing, feeling, observing everything in your present experience. In your next couple of breaths, no rush, downward facing dog. Back in your down dog. Reconnect, strong, powerful ujjayi. So use it, hone in on your breath. It's the greatest tool you have, and you always have it with you. All right, from your dog pose, inhale your right leg to the sky. Try not to shift through your hands or your shoulders as you peel your right hip open. So bend your knee, reach your knee out and up. So it's like your right hip is a hinge on a door. Your right leg is the door and it just swings open. Squeeze through your outer right butt cheek. Lift your right knee as high as you can. Take one more big inhale. You can stay here if you want. Otherwise, exhale, right knee, left elbow. Get as close as you can. Use your obliques. Yes, nice Lainey. Inhale, 3-legged dog. You can open your hip if you'd like. Scorpion your leg if you want to. Exhale, right to right. So aim for your armpit as high as you can get on your right arm. Awesome, Nils. Inhale, back up, stretch, open your hip if you want to. And then last one, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, then step forward, low lunge. This time, warrior 2, back heel pivots down, cartwheel your arms up. So right arm forward, left arm back, right toes forward, left toes face directly towards the left side of the room. Make sure you're not sticking your butt out behind you. So right butt cheek wraps underneath. And you're tracking your front knee towards your pinky toe rather than letting it collapse in towards your big toe. Feel your weight nice and centered. Next time you inhale, reverse your warrior. Front palm rotates up. Reach up, reach back. So you're reaching, lengthening your right side, and then trying to reach back and touch the top corner of the back wall. Bend into your front knee a little bit more. So get that deep lunge in your front leg. Breathe into your right rib cage, your right waistline. Yes, beautiful poses, you guys. Take one more huge inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, come back to a warrior 2. And then we're gonna move into, I'll let you have a choice, either side angle or from side angle, half moon. So side angle into a balancing half moon, or if you just want to stay in, I shouldn't say just, if you want to stay in your side angle, then that's absolutely fine. So you choose moving into your pose. If you want to go into side angle for a couple breaths and then move into a half moon, totally fine. Got about 3 or 4 more. So if you're in the balance, back leg strong and powerful. Everybody, hips open, heart open, shoulders open. Where's your breath? Did you forget about it? Bring it back, slow, steady, spacious. If you are in the balance, we're all gonna meet back in warrior 2. So as slowly and as softly as possible, come back down, rise up, Virabhadrasana 2. Good. If you need to give your front leg a little straightening out, if you were in side angle, feel free to straighten it out for a minute. Hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades hug your spine. And then if you can, reach your hands back, start to lift your heart up. Big inhale. Ostrich pose with your exhale. So you're bowing towards the middle of your yoga mat. The crown of your head comes down right towards the center of your mat, not towards the front, but towards the center. So it's a little bit different than humble warrior. It's from forest yoga. Keep pressing, or I should say keep tracking your front knee towards your pinky toe. Don't let it fall in. Keep bending into your front knee. See if you can bend a little deeper. Chin to chest. So Jalandhara Bandha, your throat lock. Can you hear your breath as it moves through your throat? Can you lift your knuckles higher? Yes, very good. Can you lunge a little deeper? Take one last round. Good work, everybody. End of your exhale, hands to your low back. Release your clasp. Bring your fingertips to the ground. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Rotate your toes to face forward. Now step your front foot. Well, actually, let's take our front foot all the way back and up, three-legged down dog. Open your hip up again. So right knee bends, hip open. Stay here if you want to, or option to flip your dog. So with awareness of the space around you, right foot comes down behind you. Good. Heart forward, lift your hips, use your back muscles, squeeze them around your spine. Beautiful, everybody. One last round if you're in the back bend. Awesome job, everybody. Regular down dog, both feet on the ground, walk it out. Big, slow, steady breaths. You can keep walking it out in your down dog. If you want to, take a little vinyasa on your own just to reset. Good. Very nice. Beautiful awareness, everyone. Big inhalation, left leg to the sky. Try not to move through hands or shoulders as you open your left hip. So learn how to articulate just from your hip joint. Very nice, Megan. So squeeze through your outer left glute and keep your left foot active. Ruby is making the rounds, so you might get a little lick. Don't be alarmed. All right, take one more big inhale. And then exhale, left knee, right elbow. So using your obliques, that core work. Yes, inhale back up, stretch it out. Left to left, aim high, aim for your armpits. Good, empty all the way out. Inhale back up. You can open your hip if you want to. And then you know where to go, knee to nose, scoop out your belly, softly step forward, end of your exhale. Warrior 2, back heel pivots down. Rise up. Very nice. So left toes face directly forward. Good, Amy, right toes face directly to the right. Front knee tracks open towards your pinky toe rather than collapsing in. So press to the outer edges of both feet a lot. Next time you breathe in, front palm rotates up. Reach up, reach back. As you reach back, try not to forget about the bend in your front knee. So maybe you bend it even more. Maybe you lunge even deeper. This is not a back bend. It's a side body stretch. So keep that navel to spine connection and then feel that stretch in your left side. Breathe into it. Yes, take one more big, huge inhale. Reach through your fingertips. Exhale, come back to warrior 2. And then you choose where you want to go. So side angle into half moon. You might play with your balance. Just launch off your back foot. See if you can land in a half moon. So any little bits of your own exploration you want to take, if you're in side angle, maybe you move into a half bind or a full bind. If you're in half moon, you're welcome to take the bound variation of that. Bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. If your leg is extended, make it strong, like you're karate kicking with your right leg. Yes, everybody, heart is open, hips are open. Breath is slow, steady, spacious. Nice work. Last couple rounds. We're gonna meet back in warrior two. So if you're in the balance, get ready to slowly transition back. Good. Warrior two stance. If you need to, take a moment, look down at your feet, readjust. If you need to straighten your front leg, if it's been bent this whole time, give it a little straightening and then bend it again. Hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Try one finger over, so your opposite way that you usually clasp, non-habitual. All right, shoulders back and down. Start to stretch your hands back behind you, a little further away from your body. If you can, lift your heart up, big inhale. And then hinging at your hips, leading with your heart, hinge forward. Crown of your head comes down towards the center of your mat. Ostrich pose. So it's a pose from forest yoga. It's different than humble warrior. So you're still in your warrior two legs. Yeah, let your neck relax. So chin to chest. See if you can bend a little more deeply into your front knee. Track your front knee towards your pinky toe. Stay rooted through your back foot, strong through your back leg. Maybe lift your knuckles a little bit higher. Good, Eileen. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, hands to your low back. Good job. Release your clasp. Fingertips come down. Walk your hands forward, rotate toes forward. So you're in a low lunge. From here, three-legged down dog, left leg to the sky. Open up your left hip. Stay here or flip your dog. Left foot comes down behind you. Yeah. Heart forward. So as you reach your left arm forward, also reach your heart forward. Press your hips up. Beautiful. Breathe all the way down into your belly. Nice, Lisa. One more round. Awesome job. Regular down dog. So meet back, walk it out. Rock forward into your high plank or modified plank. Inhale. Exhale all the way to your belly. Baby Cobra. So using just your back strength to lift. Float your hands up, reach your hands back, just like we did before. Moving into your locust pose, float your feet up, reach your toes back. So you can absolutely stay here or interlace your fingers behind you, or full floor bow if you would like. Bend your knees, grab hold of your ankles or the tops of your feet. Everybody hug in with your inner thighs. Lift through your heart. Breathe down into your belly. Yes, shoulders back and down. So shoulders shouldn't be rolling forward, back and down. Take one more huge breath. Back of your neck long, awesome halls. Good, nice, Sarah, good, Lainey. And let it go, end of your exhale. Ah, nice work. Give yourself a moment, maybe windshield wiper shins or shimmy your hips a little bit. And then everybody rise up to hands and knees. And we're going to sit back into a hero's pose, a kneeling position. So just watching me for a moment. We're gonna move into camel pose today. Ah! Sorry, wrong way, I was turning it down, I'm trying to. Sorry, Paul, just blasting you out back there. All right. So camel pose, if you want to, you can take your mat, double it up, give your knees some extra cushion. I like to tuck my toes under because it brings the heels closer to me and it also stabilizes my shins. So if you're doing this, shins kind of get shaky. This, nice and stable. I'm hugging in with my inner heels. So I'm gonna start from here actually with my fingers interlaced. A lot of times we start from here, I'm gonna start from here. So I'm gonna start, shoulders roll back and down, reaching my hands back, and then hug in with my inner thighs. So I'm focusing on hugging in. If you want to use a block in between your thighs, you absolutely can. And then I'm going to start lifting my heart, reaching my hands back, reaching my knuckles down. So I'm basically already in camel. I just don't have the support. So I'm just going to reach back, grab my heels. And notice I'm not leaning back with my hips. My hips are pressing forward. My inner thighs are hugging in. My shoulders are back and down. My shoulders aren't rolling forward, they're back and down and lifting through my heart. My neck is engaged rather than just this. So it's an extension of my spine, my neck, yes? Okay, so I'll cue you into this. Go ahead and find extended hero's pose. So you're high up kneeling position. If you want to roll up your mat in the front to give your knees some extra cushion, go for it. All right, so knees, hips width distance apart. If you want to block in between your inner thighs, go for it. Either toes tucked to stabilize shins, or if you prefer untucked, that's fine. But just focus on pressing your toenails down, spreading your toes. Hands behind your back, interlace. Shoulders back and down. So start working your back bend here. If you can, press your palms together. Start to reach your hands back. Now look up, lift your heart up, take your knuckles towards the ground, heart towards the sky, hips forward, hug in with your inner thighs. Stay here if this feels good, breathe here. If it is available to you, let go of your clasp. You should be almost there. See if you can grab your heels. Yeah, good. Keep pressing your heart up, keep hugging your inner thighs in. Keep breathing rather than collapsing your head back, extend back. 2 or 3 more big breaths down into your belly. So even in a back bend, can you breathe down into your belly? Good job, you guys. See if you can lead with your heart rather than your head to come back up. So end of your next exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly. If it's helpful, put your hands on your low back for support. Head comes up last. Good job. Scoot your knees back, unfold your mat. Start with a puppy pose. So hips over knees. Find pretty neutral. So first just neutralizing, and then after a couple breaths in your puppy, all the way back to child's pose, and that should feel really good. Good job, you guys. Just breathe into your back body. Now that you know exactly where we are going, we're going to try that one more time. And if you have a different way that you would rather get into camel, or a different variation you would rather take, absolutely that option is there for you. Next time you inhale, rise up, hands and knees, and then up to your extended kneeling. If you want that extra cushion, double up your mat or triple up your mat. So set yourself up. You guys know how now. Toes tucked, knees, hips width distance, hands behind you, interlace, or if you've got another way you're getting into it, totally fine. So start your exploration, your journey into your camel pose. Hug in with your inner thighs, that'll protect your low back. Heart lifts and opens, yes. Once you're in your variation, see if you can take at least 3 big breaths there. So your breath. You're the one feeling it. Move it through all the little spaces. Yes. Hug in with your inner thighs. Lift your heart. Press your hips forward. I'll leave it up to you. After you feel complete, slowly come out. Again, trying to lead with your heart to come out rather than your head. So heart lifts first, head follows. And then same thing we did before, puppy into child's. So a couple breaths with your neutral spine. Then all the way back to child's pose. Really good job, you guys. Really breathe into your low back. After a few rounds in child's pose, downward facing dog. Just notice as you move back into your down dog, notice how your down dog might feel different than it did at the beginning of our practice. Notice how your legs might feel different or your spine might feel different. Reconnect to your breath, slow and steady. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your mat. Set your body down gently. Very good. So if you'd rather take this on your back or in a seat, if that's more skillful for you, please feel free. If you're taking regular pigeon, set yourself up with lots of awareness. So right knee towards the outer right edge of your mat. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward, the same way we do in pyramid, same way we do in crescent lunge. But what that does, it plugs the femur bones into the socket. So we don't want to sit in our joints here. We want to stretch our muscles. Very good. You guys look very nice, your alignment. Try to spread through your front toes, just a little bit of activation there. And what that does is it keeps all our little tendons and ligaments in place so you're not pulling on them around your ankle joint or around your knee joint. Big, deep breath. So can you stay right here, right now, with your body, with your breath, even if it's uncomfortable, even if there's lots of sensation, even if you're bored? So noticing, feeling, observing, and just allowing. Each exhalation is an invitation to soften just a little bit more. So something inside of you, whether it's physical, energetic, emotional, with each exhale, just allow something to let go. Maybe you just finally take a great, big, huge breath, letting go with your exhale a little bit more. Give yourself about 3 to 5 more rounds. So just allowing sensation to come and go, allowing thoughts to come and go, and allowing emotions to come and go. So you're just this vast, wide open space for life energy to move through. If you want, last breath or two, maybe a big exhale out your mouth. Yeah, and then as you feel ready, begin a slow transition back to down dog. So you can take it back to a 3-legged dog. You can take it back to a 3-legged tabletop. You might take some cat-cows, a vinyasa, walk it out. So any way you want to transition back to your down dog and anything you want to do just to kind of neutralize. Notice the difference between right side and left side. Good. All right, friends. And then when you're ready, just lift your left leg up and take your left shin forward. No rush. So set yourself up with just as much care, just as much awareness as you did on the other side. Good, Megan. So left hip pulls back, femur bone plugs into the socket. As your left hip is pulling back and just slightly up, your heart is reaching forward, you're bowing. And breathe, soften with your exhale. About 3 to 5 more. And I will ultimately just leave it up to you. So when you feel pretty much even on both sides, start that slow, mindful transition back to one last down dog. And if you're on your back and you want to wait for us there, that's fine. So however you want to get back to your down dog, any little bits of movement that would feel good to you. If you want one last vinyasa, now would be the time to take it. Good. Once you're back in that final down dog, if that's where you've chosen to go, just feel into all that length you've created, all that space you've created. Breathe into it. Good. Take one last breath into your dog pose. And then everybody find your way onto your back. You can face whichever direction you want. Lay all the way down. Once you get there, draw your knees towards your belly and find just a very gentle rock from side to side. Thanks, Chris. Supine spinal twist of your choice, knees to the right. Left arm either reaches out to the left or cactus with your left arm against the ground. At this point, my friends, just really let the ground hold all of you. So each exhale, just allowing your body to melt, to soften, allowing the ground to take on more of your weight. So anything you feel like you're holding, anything you feel like is heavy inside of you, just let the ground hold it for a moment. Your next couple of breaths, switch to the other side. And take time to transition rather than just flinging your legs over to the other side. So as you come through center, maybe a little rock or maybe a squeeze of your knees, maybe a full body stretch, just something to kind of neutralize. And then legs to the other side. So as you rest on this side, same thing, just allowing the ground to hold more of you with each breath. As you lay on the ground, I know it seems a little bit silly, but just think of taking energy from the earth. Taking that sense of grounding, that sense of rooting, that sense of stability, and of letting it transfer, move through you. And absolutely no rush. So at least a couple more breaths on this side, maybe a few more. But when you do feel pretty much even on both sides with your twist, come back to center and find a happy baby posture. So in happy baby, rather than rounding your back, try to neutralize, pull down through the backs of your shoulders, press down through your tailbone, maybe a little rock, maybe even straightening one leg, extending, and then the other. So anywhere you want to go in your happy baby, any little bits of exploration. And then from happy baby, any finishing poses of your choice. So anything that you need, any other poses, stretches, movements to finish off your own practice. And then just slowly begin finding your way into your final relaxation, your final resting pose. So as you move into your Shavasana, and some of you have bolsters. If you have any desire to use a bolster for your Shavasana in any way, you are more than welcome to go grab one. Or if you want to raise your hand, I'll even bring you one. But set yourself up in a way that feels supportive, in a way that feels like you can relax. Just let your breath come back to its natural rhythm, its natural flow. And as I play, this is the heart chakra bowl. So my invitation for you, we've done a lot of heart opening during this practice. So imagine, visualize, bless you, your heart just as wide open, your heart space just wide open, open for receptivity, open for energy to move through it. So as I play my bowl, let the energy of the heart, love, compassion, forgiveness, understanding, love, compassion, forgiveness, understanding. Just let that move through you. Let it find space inside of you. If you are a visual person, the color of the heart chakra is green. So if it makes sense for you, maybe you visualize green light, green vapor, green stardust, just moving through all the little spaces. And if the sound for you feels uncomfortable, see if you can just allow yourself to be with it and to soften. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. And big exhale, let it go. And slowly bring gentle movement back into the body. As you're ready, roll to either side, fetal position, and give yourself just one last moment there, resting on your side body, curling into yourself. As you rest here, take that mantra, I release control. I surrender to the flow of love that heals me. Take it and just kind of let it settle inside of you along with the sound, the energy from that sound bath. Come back to your own personal intention if you set one, and let it kind of absorb into you, sink into you, seep into you. You can take it with you, just in some way visualize that. Feel into that. And using the strength in your arms, help yourself up into seated meditation. Facing towards the front of our space, the front of the room, front of your mat. Sitting up tall, hands at your heart center and eyes closed. And let's seal our practice all together on this Easter Sunday with one collective Om. So even if you feel uncomfortable, see if you can just allow that sound to move through you like a vibration. So nobody is listening to you except for you. So start by just exhaling, clearing your throat if you need to. Breathe in your voice. Om. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Namaste. Yay. Thanks so much, everybody. If you have questions, feel free to ask, and also feel free to stay if you'd like. Zoomies. Love ya. Happy Easter. Bye, Mom.
Bye, honey. Thank you.